Train services on the east-west line between Boon Lay and Queenstown MRT stations have been suspended in both directions and are expected to remain unavailable for at least the rest of 25 September, announced Land Transport Authority. This disruption follows an incident that occurred earlier in the day when an eastbound train experienced a fault near Clementi station around 9 o'clock. According to LTA, while efforts were being made to withdraw the damaged train, a power trip occurred at approximately 9:25 a.m., leading to a halt in services along the EWL between Queenstown and Boon Lay stations. The power disruption affected trains on this stretch, causing significant delays during the morning rush hour. LTA shared in a statement that its preliminary assessment indicated damage to the tracks during the withdrawal process. The fault not only affected the running rails, but also impacted the third rail, which supplies power to the trains operating on the affected section of the line. The extent of the damage is currently being evaluated and repair works are underway. LTA added that more time may be required for repair works. During engineering hours on 25 September, SMRT and LTA will make further assessment whether passenger service can resume on the next day. In response to the disruption, LTA has activated additional support from bus operators to ease the burden on commuters. Bridging bus services have been introduced, and passengers at the affected stations can also board regular bus services at designated stops. These measures are expected to help mitigate the impact on commuters during the evening peak period. Observing comments on SMRT's Facebook page, some commuters describes the service recovery as the worst ever, pointing out a lack of staff support to guide commuters to bridging buses or provide clear directions during the breakdown. Some express concerns about repeated train faults, referencing recent disruptions on the downtown and circle lines, and warn that the frequent breakdowns could affect students, such as those sitting for the Piscali. Other comment also criticizes SMRT's leadership, particularly the CEO, for not visibly taking responsibility during such incidents, questioning the accountability and effectiveness of the company's management, especially with fare increases looming. This marks the third SMRT service disruption in a month. On 17 September, a power fault at 5:50 p.m. brought Circle Line services to a standstill for nearly 2 hours during the evening peak period. 11 trains stalled inside tunnels for 15 minutes, leaving passengers without air conditioning. However, onboard batteries provided partial lighting and ventilation during the outage. SMRT gradually resumed services, with normal operations restored by 7:40 p.m. On 18 September, a fire at Kim Chuan Depot caused a brief disruption to Circle Line services. The fire, which broke out around 8 p.m. in one of the power system cubicles, triggered a power trip, halting train services for approximately 15 minutes. SMRT reported that the incident caused several trains to stall, with lighting inside the affected trains briefly impacted. Engineers at the depot swiftly extinguished the fire, and the Singapore Civil Defense Force was activated to assist. Power was restored by 8:10 p.m., and normal train services resumed 5 minutes later, around 8:15 p.m.